Hi everyone, it's Tip Tuesday. I hope you're having a great day. I'm a little bit late doing my video today because I've just started taking my French classes again at Laurentian, and I have my classes Tuesday morning, so unfortunately until December all of my Tip Tuesday videos will have to be done in the afternoon as opposed to the morning. Apologies for that, but hopefully after December we'll get into a bit more of a morning routine again. What I want to talk about today is something that came up on my LinkedIn newsfeed a few days ago. One of my colleagues had posted an article, and I don't remember exactly the title of the article, but it was something akin to 5 books to read to make you a fantastic public speaker. And I went, oh, okay, interesting. So I read the article, and all the books that were listed on there were great resources for public speaking for sure. But what kind of got me thinking is the fact that this article promised that if you read these 5 books, you will automatically become an amazing public speaker, which is kind of crap in my opinion, because you can't improve your public speaking skills just by reading a few books. You know, there's so much more that goes into it, and not to say that these books aren't useful. I truly believe that, you know, we should all be striving to improve ourselves every day. We should always be trying to push ourselves to be better than we were yesterday, whether it be at a thing that we're doing or just in life in general. And I completely agree with reading up on different ways for self-improvement, professional development, self-development, self-awareness, things like this. Whether that be reading paper books, reading ebooks, audiobooks, listening to podcasts, watching videos, just like mine, whatever it is, I really do think that we should all be striving to be a little bit better than we were yesterday. And I think there's no harm in always wanting to improve ourselves a little bit further, because nobody on this planet is perfect, and everybody can always use a little bit of improvement in one way or another. So I really do believe in following some leaders in the industry and reading up on what the experts have to say and what the professionals have to say as far as improving our public speaking. But public speaking, particularly, like anything, you can't learn it from a book. You can't even learn it from watching a video. It's kind of like, it's like cooking, right? You can read all the recipes in the world, but if nobody actually showed you how to properly turn something in the pan or how to properly use a hand mixer, then your recipes aren't going to turn out, even if you read the books. Or like, say, building a table, right? A wooden table. You can watch a video online on how to do it, and that's great. But if nobody ever actually shows you how to properly hold and use a drill, or how to properly hold and use a hammer, you're not going to get very far with that table. So resources are out there for us, and they certainly should be considered, absolutely. But just by reading some books or watching some videos is not going to improve your public speaking overnight. You may get a few ideas, you may get a few tips, and you may get some things that you want to try out yourself, but you're not going to go from a shy speaker or even an okay speaker to an amazing public speaker just by reading one book. And that really that stuck with me, that got me a little bit, that this article insinuated that you could go from being wherever you are to an amazing public speaker just by reading these 5 books. That was a bit frustrating. I really do think that a lot of times people will say to me, well, I'm just going to have my friends watch my presentation, or I'm going to practice my presentation with my colleagues at work. And this is okay. I mean, you certainly should be practicing your presentation for sure. But think about the feedback that your friends are going to give you. Your friends might tell you, yeah, that was good, or, you know, something was missing. But are your friends actually public speaking experts? Are they able to not only pick out where you could improve, but also give you suggestions on how to improve that? Or are they just going to tell you what you want to hear? The other hazard with practicing your presentation in front of your work colleagues is that your work colleagues, they're in your industry, they're in your field, they know what you're saying. If even your presentation is not super technical, but you'll have vocabulary in there that's relative to your industry, you'll have perhaps data or numbers in there that are meaningful to those in your industry. And if you're giving a speech or a presentation to people outside your industry or not exactly at the same level within your industry as you are they going to understand what you're trying to say? And practicing it in front of your coworkers they'll tell you, yeah, that's great, we get it. But they understand your industry. They already know the material. So be cautious when your coworkers say, yeah, sure, you can practice your presentation with me, that's fine. Just be cautious of whether or not they're going to give you feedback that will be very, very useful. There really is, never mind anybody in our lives who wants to help or any resources that are out there, there is absolutely no substitute for professional advice and for the help of a professional coach. I mean, think about it. You might break your arm. You're not going to go around and ask all your friends what you should do. You're going to talk to a doctor. You're going to talk to somebody in the medical industry. You're going to talk to a medical professional of some sort so they can help you fix your broken arm. You're not going to go and ask your neighbor down the street what you should do about that. So there's no substitute for professional help in my opinion. And the other thing to consider is that if you are talking to somebody who's helping you with your presentation, thank you for all those likes, I appreciate that. If you're talking to somebody who's helping you with your presentation, they might be a great speaker themselves. And maybe that's why you went to that person, because you've seen them speak, they're a friend of yours or a colleague or a family member, and they're just so great at it. But not everybody who is a professional or an expert in their field is a great teacher in their field. And I'll use this example. Think about Gordon Ramsay. Okay, you see him on TV. I'm sure he is an amazing chef. I've never had any of his food. I would love to, but I'm sure he's a fantastic chef. Now, you look at him on a lot of those TV shows, and he's maybe not the best person to be coaching some of the people on the TV shows to improve their own culinary skills. Now, I completely recognize that it's a very good chance that on TV, Gordon Ramsay has a persona. I completely understand that that might not be him. The person who's standing in the kitchen and yelling and cursing and swearing may not be the same person that he is in his everyday regular life. I understand that. But you understand my point. You're going to be as good as I am. That's not the case. Okay? And lastly, what I want to say is that you certainly... Oh, one second here. Okay. Lastly, what I want to say is fun with a live video. Okay, I think we're back. All right. Lastly, what I want to say is that you can do all this research. You can read books, you can watch videos, or look at podcasts, you can read blogs. You can do all this stuff to improve your public speaking, but that could take you 40 hours. I mean, to prepare for a 1-hour speech or a 1-hour workshop or seminar, you could easily put 40 hours of research into just finding ways to improve your presentation. This doesn't even count any research you'd have to do to create your presentation. This has nothing to do with the content. You could easily spend a whole work week's worth of time, that's a tongue twister, to practice, to find ways to improve your presentation. Or you could spend maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, or 4 hours with a professional public speaking coach and save yourself a lot of time and have an individualized curriculum or an individualized plan that works for you, that will help you to improve your public speaking, rather than reading everything that's out there and reading all the different things that all the different people say. Spend the couple dollars or however much it's going to cost to sit down with an actual coach like myself or anybody else and actually get personalized help with your presentation or your speech. It will save you a ton of time and a ton of energy. And who has all that extra time and energy to put into all of that research? Therefore, that is my Tip Tuesday for today. There's no substitution for professional help. So when it comes time to do a presentation or a workshop or a seminar, get the professional help, get that personalized touch, and it will do you so much better, not only for that particular workshop or seminar, but for future ones as well. That's it for this week. I hope you have a great week coming up. I'm going to be posting my live videos on YouTube as well. I just started a YouTube channel, so you can check them out there too, and feel free to share them around so that lots of other people can hopefully benefit from my videos. Don't forget to subscribe to the videos as well so you get notifications when I do go live every Tuesday afternoon, as I said. And if you ever have a tip or a question or anything that you would like to see addressed, please do feel free to send it to me. I'm happy to do a Tip Tuesday video on something that you would love to hear about. I would love to do that. That's it, everyone. Have a super great week. And always remember, a presentation is simply a large conversation. Bye.